got you and your vibes in my mind, I can't get them out, no matter how hard I try. I need you and your heart next to mine, yeah, I'm all about keeping it you and I. When you're here, you spark chemical reactions, your aura strikes like lightning. Got no words, I'm just drowning in attraction. Only one way to describe it. It's electric, can you feel it? You got the only touch that takes me high. It's electric, I'm up in my feelings. I drop the feeling 'cause I love tonight. It's electric. I get lost in your eyes every time, there's no turning back. Swear I ain't got a chance. Had me caught up in you since the night on the terrace, yeah. You had me falling fast. When you're here, you spark chemical reactions. Your aura strikes like lightning. Got no words, I'm just drowning in attraction. Only one way to describe it. It's electric, can you feel it? You got the only touch that takes me high. It's electric, I'm up in my feelings. Got double vision 'cause I love tonight. It's electric.
the sounds that he's making. Okay, hello everybody and welcome back to another Valorant Camp Hill live stream. And if we're live, you know what that means. We have some amazing games tonight. Luckily for all of you guys at home, we have some Valorant tonight. I'm very excited. I know the teams are very excited. With that being said, let me introduce the team a little bit. So we will be watching Camp Hill Nitro tonight. Seeing a little bit of a different roster from them this week, as we will see Eric, aka Penguin, someone who's kind of bounced around a little bit, typically on the Smite roster, but wanting to throw his reins of IGL into the mix, so trying him out on this Nitro roster, see how well he does with that. We have Big Ben making his return, a legend of this Nitro roster, solid rock for this team. We have Little Ben also making his return, or Jammer7. Again, someone that we've seen go off and on with of this roster. We've seen them on Smite before. This is a very solid player. We also see the return of Will, or Will Mark, into this roster. And then finally, we have Ethan, or Not That Dumb, also making his return to the roster. This is a very powerful, high firepower, ready to go, aggressive roster, and I expect to see a lot of that play style in their game tonight. But we are all but ready to go, so as soon as I get the okay here, then we will get going. But it looks like as soon as all right, actually, here we go. Playing on the map Icebox. This is also a very crucial game for Nitro. This could actually make or break their season. This team needs to have a good win here. They need to be able to clutch out a win, so that way that they can secure a spot in playoffs. If they don't get a win here, they are putting themselves in a very uneasy position, and they are completely in at-risk state where it really just depends. It's not on them anymore, it's on the other teams, and this team does not want to leave their hands of fate into other people. So with that being said, let's take a look right here at the agent selection. We have Ethan, aka Not That Dumb, selecting the ISO. We have Will, aka Will Mark, on the Sage. We have Big Ben, aka Unstoppable, on the Breach. We have Little Ben, aka Jammer7, on the Reyna. And finally, we have Eric, aka Penguin, on the Viper. So it looks like we're seeing a double duelist comp, potentially a double smoke comp as well. So it'll be really just a singular smoke. So it will be really interesting to see how they turn out this game. I know originally this team was talking about doing a double smoke, but looks like they might switch away from that. Actually, no. I'm forgetting if Breach has smokes or not, so you'll have to forgive me. But no Sentinel this game, so Nitro is going to have to do a really good job at securing these sites and making sure that they are locked down, so that way they can stop this Contender Tulsa team. And this is a team that they've played, not this season I don't believe, but seasons in the past that they have handled pretty well, but it is something that, well, of course, you never know what you're going to see. So it looks like we're going to see right now, just a 2-2 split, potentially, maybe even a 2-3 split. We also could see someone sit mid. It's a little risky here. We're going to start watching Eric, the IGL, for the first round. Again, this is his first time ever IGLing, so it's really interesting. And, yeah, I have to go back and apologize. Sage is a Sentinel, and I just completely forgot because I'm a big silly dum-dum. But that's all right, you know. We're not all professionals here. We forget things. And looks like we have a lot of noise A-site so far. And Will is going to fall already. And Eric doing his best here. And Eric's going to see the neon. That's a great pick for him, making it even now. Eric finding 2 already, but Ethan falling as well. Eric finds a 3rd, but unfortunately falls to the clove. 2v2, Little Ben and Big Ben, the Ben duo here. Let's see what they can do. Little Ben gonna find 1. Little Ben gonna find the 2nd to give Nitro the lead. And looks like we're potentially seeing a little bit of a 2-3 split here. With a very interesting way of sitting this time. As I'm not totally sure who, I missed it there, but someone on Nitro already finding a kill. I believe it actually might have been Little Ben. We have a lot of noise here on B site. We're actually going to see Ethan on the flank. He's going a little too slow. But he does see some people. Going to fire some shots. Is able to find 1. Big Ben able to find another. Just the neon left. Looks like he could be collapsing on Ethan. Slides out. And Big Ben going to pick up the kill to make it 2-0 in the favor of Nitro. And again, seeing that 3-2. It actually looks like we could see Big Ben taking a peek mid. We're actually going to find him. Maybe he's just going to hold this under tunnel mid here. It looks like we do have some noise B again. We're going to see Eric cut off mid with a Viper wall. And we're going to find Ethan. So he's trying to find a Bucky kill. Looks like he's going to switch to the Sheriff. A little more comfortable at farther ranges. And actually, we do have some people going through mid, but Big Ben shutting that down very quickly. Eric is going to fall, though. Looks like we might have a rotate to A. Going to go back to Big Ben here. Will's going to fall as well. 3v4, but Big Ben picks up a kill. He knows where someone else of Tulsa is. Ethan going to find 1 as well. 2v3. Advantage on the side of Nitro right now. Ethan going to find another. Big Ben can't find the last, but now he knows exactly where they are. And Ethan gonna find the 3K and get the defuse here to secure Nitro, the 3-0. Taking a quick look here at the scoreboard already. We see everyone getting involved with that killing, except for Will. Will having a little bit of a slower start this game, but no worries for him, as he is someone that can turn it on at any moment. So we expect to be able to see. We're going to see 2 peak B, and both Little Ben and Ethan are going to whiff the sniper shots. That is not a good way to start the round for these guys. They could have gotten a huge 2 kills. Unfortunately, don't find any. And now in full retreat, Eric going to find 1, though. Ethan going to fall. Little Ben going to clean it up, though. And Eric here is going to go on the flank. He's got to go quick. Eric's going to find one, and Will's going to get involved. 4-0 on the favor of Nitro. And we see how well this team is playing together. Eric seemingly, obviously we don't know for sure, but seemingly doing a great job so far at IGLing, keeping this team organized and together. Also, Coach Ben being in their call just to help reinforce that a little bit. It looks like we're going to see a mid push here as Eric is going to ult A site. Going to shut down the main angle to get onto site. And Eric's going to find one. Ethan going to find one as well. Actually missed a kill. Little Ben going to find one. Little Ben going to find two. 5-0 Nitro. Nitro feeling good, feeling hot after these rounds. And Contender Tulsa already need a timeout. See, the interesting thing about this timeout is this is almost a little bit more of a reset and momentum cut timeout than it did anything else. They're probably not talking a lot of strategy here. They're probably not doing much else other than just trying to cut off this Nitro momentum and slow them down with what they're doing. Obviously, they are talking a little bit about what they need to do as you know, a lot of these rounds are getting pretty close. Nitro typically cleaning it up, typically having at least 2 left, but still very close. Contender Tulsa is getting kills on this Nitro team. They just got to figure out what they can do to stop the momentum of Nitro, and that's why they called this timeout so early. If they can reset, calm themselves back down, and cut the momentum, then they're good to go. We call this I guess the more traditional term is icing the kicker, at least that I'm aware of. So icing Nitro as a whole roster here to try and get them to cool down and to cancel out some of that positive momentum. It looks like yet again we're going to see our classic 2-3 split here. And we have actually the Ben duo and actually everyone on B site holding a very aggressive angle here. And we're going to see the wall come out from Eric, although Ethan's going to find a quick 2. We could expect a rotate here. Ethan's going to find 3. Can he find the ace? I know he's hungry for it. He's going to find 4. Can he find the ace? Oh no, the Clove revived. This could be a 6-kill ace for Ethan. Oh, and unfortunately he falls to the Clove. 1v1, Eric versus Jet, who will come out victorious. And Eric caught out, bringing out his knife for some reason there. I didn't know if he thought maybe the Jet was farther away. Honestly, a bad misplay from Eric there, as that round should have been theirs. But just like that, Contender Tulsa has stolen a round from Nitro, and now they have some momentum of their own. We see the wall go up from Eric here, cutting off so many portions of this A site and also mid. Unfortunately, the wall is going to go down. But Ethan here actually on the flank, trying to find some people. As I say that, Little Ben and Eric going to find one each. Ethan also going to find one. Big Ben going to find one. And Ethan going to find 2. 6-1 in the favor of Nitro. Nitro doing a phenomenal job this game, holding Contender Tulsa, just not really giving them any options to do anything. And it is working phenomenally for them, as they are going to control defense and then play really aggressive and heavy on attack. If I had to predict, that would be my prediction. We're seeing Ethan has the ult here. We actually could see an ult this round. We see 3 ults on the side of Nitro. We have Little Ben, Ethan, and Will. We also see 2 on the side of Contender Tulsa, then Neon and the Jet. And it looks like their B site. So we're going to watch Will here as he's going to hunker down on top of this box. And actually, we are going to see the Jet ult from Contender Tulsa, and it's going to find Big Ben. We see the Neon wall coming out as well. Ethan gonna find one, make it a 4-4. Will gonna find one, 3-3. Will's gonna fall to the Jet. Eric in a 2v1. He finds one. Can he clutch up for his team? And he does. 7-1 Nitro. Wow, what a good kill there from Eric. And he absolutely needed that, not only for himself, but also for his team, to prove that he is the backbone and he can pull these kinds of clutches out. We're going to see Eric here hold a little bit more of an aggressive position. Actually, no, he is going to back out. And their Clove has an ult again. We could see that Eric taking a lot of damage from that Clove grenade. And Ethan going to find one. We're going to find Ethan on the flank. And unfortunately, he's going to fall to the Neon. 4-4. Will's going to find the Clove, but we do see the Clove ult come out. Little Ben, Will, Big Ben, all finding kills. Eric falling. Big Ben going to fall. 2v1 here. Little Ben going to fall all up to Will. Will here holding a very good angle, though. The Contender Tulsa Tejo is going to have to be very careful with how he plays this if he wants to try and continue to push this A site. And he does, and Will cleans it up, clutches this round for his team, making it 8-1 Nitro. And we are going to see another timeout called on the side of Contender Tulsa. As these guys now, at this point in the game, this is probably a much more strategic timeout. If I had to guess, these guys need not really to cool down Nitro. These guys have proven that they can kill Nitro and take rounds off of them. Even though it's only one round, they've proven all of this to themselves and to this Nitro team. Now they just need to figure out how to be more successful in that feat. Contender Tulsa is getting kills consistently. Again, a lot of these rounds are going down to the clutch 1v1s or clutch 2v1s or 2-1s. It's very close. Every single round is very close. Most of these rounds are not blowouts anymore, especially after that first timeout. They definitely ice Nitro, but again, the strategic timeout now, hoping that they can figure out what they need to do to capitalize on this cooled down Nitro. The only bad part about that is that they only won one round from that first time out to the second, which is definitely not the momentum that you want to have. It looks like we could have some noise B here. And we're going to see Big Ben find the Neon through mid. Big Ben being that anchor in mid, Will actually going to find the Jet. And I must have missed a kill. I don't know where, but it's 2-4 in the favor of Nitro as Eric falls. Ethan going to find the Clove. Ethan going to fall. And Will going to pick it up for the 3K. 9-1 Nitro. Contender Tulsa need to figure it out, and it needs to be now. They do not have time to waste anymore. 9-1 is not a position you want to be in. 8-1 isn't a position you want to be in. 6-1 isn't a position you want to be in. But every single round that Nitro maintains and furthers this lead, the harder and harder it gets for this Contender Tulsa team to climb out of it. So we're going to see Big Ben take a lot of damage there from the Tejo grenades. And he does actually see one. Eric is going to find is going to find Neon, though, excuse me. And 4 kills out of nowhere, just like that. Just the Clove left. And they got a feeling where she's at, as she's going to take down Will. 3-1. And so we have contact, and Eric gonna find the 3K and the Clove to clutch the round. 10-1 Nitro. Last round before the swap of Nitro switching to attack. And this Nitro roster is cool, they're calm, they're collected, and they have shown that every single round of this game so far. And it looks like we're going to see a similar thing that we saw before, where Eric is going to ult a site to really slow down this Contender Tulsa team if they try to push onto it. But we don't have a noise anywhere else, at least not yet. So we anticipate that they're either mid or on A site. Don't see anybody quite yet, though, on the side of Eric. But it doesn't look like anyone's mid either. And Little Ben going to find the Neon, giving Nitro the early advantage in this round. So we do have some shooting going on. Little Ben going to find the Clove as well. And we have Ethan on the flank. Or is she going to switch to Ethan here? Ethan going to find one. He's going to back up. Unfortunately, can't find any more than one, but 4-2 in the favor of Nitro. And Little Ben going to find his third. Can he find 4? Oh, unfortunately, he is going to fall. Will going to keep an eye on Spike, but bang with the operator. Going to clean it up. 11-1 as we switch sides. And I have to apologize now, ladies and gentlemen. This might be a quick game of Valorant. As we see Nitro 5-stack here, we anticipate potentially, it looks like they're going to go B, but actually we might see some push through mid. We could see a 3-2 split, and it looks like that is what we are going to see. As we're going to watch Will, who has the spike. We're going to see some util come out. The Tejo util. Going to go out early. Ethan going to find one already. Will going to fall, but has some teammates backing him up. Eric and Ethan combining to find 2 more. Eric saw one. Neon going to find Ethan, though. Eric, though, what great shot from him. He only needed one. Can he find the Neon? Unfortunately, he gets stuck on Big Ben, but Big Ben is able to clean up the kill for him. 12-1 in the favor of Nitro, and we're on match point. And going down mid. And just got word that Smite is also taking care of business, as it looks like their game is currently 10-1. And we're going to see if Nitro can end their game right here. And this is the Nitro we were expecting to see. Hungry, aggressive. Little Ben going to fall, though. Will finding one. Ethan finds the first one. Will finding a second. Spike is down B site and is going to force Contender Tulsa. Eric whiffing a bunch of shots, but still able to clean up the kill. Wow. That was a moment that maybe he didn't deserve that kill, but he got lucky. As it is 3-1. The Clove on Contender Tulsa has to do a lot here if she wants to keep the game alive for her team. And she is very quickly running out of time as Big Ben finds the kill. 13-1 Nitro. Wow. And what a game for Nitro. They played phenomenally. We saw everybody being a crucial part of that team. Everyone doing their job. And there's not much else to say. Nitro took care of business, and it showed with that match. But it looks like I'm going to have my first interview. So, Will, welcome up to the booth. Talk to me a little bit about how you're feeling after that dominant 13-1.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. He's feeling pretty good. Can you talk to me a little bit? You guys had Eric come down and IGL. What was it like having him as an IGL and kind of experiencing his playstyle for the first time?
For me, it's usually we set up for early game and then we just do as the round goes, but he sets up for the whole game instead of just like that round.
Yo. So Eric maybe being a little bit more prepared overall instead of just going round for round. And is there anything for you, or honestly for the rest of the team, any challenges that you guys were facing in that different style?
Overpushing.
Overpushing, interesting. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
I think it was halfway into defense round. Half my team just pushed this one person and got everyone except me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with you. I mean, we saw some of the pushes on B site being very aggressive, holding very aggressive angles. But we predicted actually that we were going to see a more aggressive Nitro roster. And you are someone that can play very aggressive, but also can play very calm. Can you talk to me how it feels when you guys are on the gas more?
It feels more of just chaotic, and then you just go with chaoticness.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Will, you did phenomenally. Is there anything that you guys are hoping to improve on into playoffs, not next week, but the following week, as with this win, I believe you guys secured your spot?
I'm hoping maybe clearer comms and more about damage.
Absolutely. Well, those are good things, very important things that you would need to know. Well, thank you so much for your time up here. Congratulations on your victory tonight, and I'll let you get back to celebrating with your team. All right. It looks like we could have two more. I don't know who's next. Actually, we're going to have Ethan come next. The top fragger himself, the ISO, feeling amazing. Ethan, not only did you top frag, but a 13-1 dominant victory. Can you tell me how you're feeling after that game?
It was pretty amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen you pretty consistently make a very good name for yourselves in this Nitro roster. Can you talk to me a little bit about how it feels for you individually when you go into these matches and you can consistently show out and top frag for your team?
It feels really nice. It's fun being able to go into the game and not having to worry about where I'm going to place on the scoreboard. Because even if I don't place well, I'm going to know I'm going to help my team out in general.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you guys having a new IGL tonight, Eric coming down and playing on the Nitro roster. Can you talk to me a little bit about what it was like adapting to not only his playstyle, but also having him as the IGL?
I think it was his first time IGLing.
It was,
so
yes.
It was a little different compared to the other times, but he did a really good job bringing us
Perfect.
together as a team.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw that. We saw you guys, a couple mistakes here and there. You know, of course, nobody's perfect, but I think you guys overall were much more organized and much more calm throughout the game. And finally here, I want to ask you, you guys, I believe after this win, secured your spot into playoffs. So is there anything you guys are hoping to work on as you prep for playoffs?
Probably our, what would you call it? Like our plays. We do get mixed up sometimes, not making the smartest
Yeah, I get you.
decisions.
Yeah, well, absolutely. And, well, Ethan, thank you so much for your time up here. Congratulations on your victory tonight. And I'll let you get back to celebrating with your team.
All right, thank you. Have a
Thank
good
you.
day.
You as well. All right. Looks like I'm going to have the IGL himself come up next.
Hello.
Eric, the IGL, the leader of this team. Can you talk to me a little bit about how you're feeling after a dominant 13-1 victory?
I'm doing really good. I'm feeling great. If it seems like I'm crying, I just poked myself in the eye by accident.
Little unlucky when it comes to poking in your eye, but this is your first time IGLing. Can you talk to me a little bit about the experience that you were going through with that IGLing on this Nitro team?
It was, I don't want to sound rude, but tiring, because they play different. They play very fast. And it was like, it felt like every round we had to play very aggressive. And if we didn't, we were just like getting picked off one by one. And it's way different. And so it was like, it's a whole new thing that it's playing fast with a new team was very difficult to adapt to.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you're absolutely right. I don't think there is any offense to that. You're completely right. Nitro has a very different playstyle, especially with the players that played tonight. I predicted that we were going to see in a very aggressive game, and that's what we saw. So, can you tell me a little bit more about the specific stuff you were saying as the IGL to not only just kind of learn and adapt to that playstyle, but also kind of keep them in check to make sure that we're not getting over aggressive and then losing, 1v1s?
I mean, the main thing I was just doing the entire time was just calling out like abilities to use, some plans for side of round, because they play aggressive. So I was just trying to create some quick plans before the match. Like I had Valorant open, discussing with our breach player like some stuns we could do comboing with ISO vulnerable because it stops abilities now.
Yep.
And then just doing an early rush on B main, and it worked a few rounds. We couldn't fully get the combo of ISO vulnerable and breach stun, but just one or the other. Like let us push up and then take control. And the Viper on stage on A made it impossible to push because that's two heavy defensive characters.
Yeah, absolutely. And finally, Eric, you're gonna be at PA Cup. Most of the time you're a Smite player, but this week playing on Nitro. Playoffs, I'm pretty sure, are a guarantee for both teams. And again, with PA Cup, is there anything that you're doing individually to help prepare whichever team you're playing for these big events coming up?
I know tomorrow, since it's going to be coming Saturday and Sunday, I'm not going to be actually playing. I'm going to be taking a rest day to give myself some time to chill out and make sure that I'm at my full potential on Saturday. Because I know that if I play one match, I play 10, and then it leads to I'm queuing until 12 at night.
Yep, absolutely. And I have to be completely honest with you, Eric. That's very mature. That's the exact thing you should be doing. Taking a little time off from the game, coming back on Saturday, being refreshed. That's great. That's even great for me to hear. I know Coach Ben would have loved to heard that as well. But with that being said, I want to thank you for your time up here, congratulate you on your win, and we look forward to seeing you, whichever roster you play on, and we look forward to seeing you at PA Cup as well. So thank you.
Thanks, man.
And here comes my GOAT, the man himself. Cue his music. Dun, 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 dun. Here he comes.
What's going on, people?
Coach Ben.
Yeah.
Wow. 2 dominations tonight.
Yep.
Talk to me a little bit about how you're feeling for both games.
Feeling very, very well. We did put a lot of oversight onto Nitro tonight. We tested some stuff out, so my main goal was to oversee some stuff there, but Smite's match was up against a team we faced before over the winter. It went extremely well. The players were basically the same, so I assumed it would be a similar outcome. So I let Evan take the wheel as he normally does, and lead that team to victory. So double 13-1s tonight. Awesome.
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
Wow.
Ending of the season.
Yeah,
Basically.
absolutely. And so talk to me a little bit about that. We saw Eric take over IGL for Nitro tonight. Can you talk to me a little bit about how he did, how you think he did? Or is this something we might see a little bit more of?
Yeah, so, I definitely wanted to test some stuff out tonight, PA Cups this weekend.
Absolutely.
So, we want to see kind of who's going to have the skill set that we need for PA Cup, because people are going to be rotating throughout the day. So tonight was a good night to kind of test Eric out as our IGL. It's something he said that he is kind of interested in doing. So, we kind of gave him the reins. We gave him his map that he wanted. We gave him the side that they wanted. And basically said, here you go. Let's see how you do. And, not bad for the first time. Obviously, with any IGL, we saw with Ben, Evan, Evie, Lynn, everybody, there's always struggles within the IGL world.
Of course.
Starting off. So, obviously, it's just going to be roughing out those, I don't want to say issues because they're not really issues, but, rough out those kinks and see what we need to do to get to the point where, you can just, you can lead your team perfectly.
Absolutely. So. And something else that I want to talk about is with that PA Cup coming up, we see a little bit of a combination here of these two rosters. Was there anything that you were doing tonight to prep these guys for that event?
Yeah, I mean, especially with having Eric as the IGL for Nitro, it's kind of getting him and kind of combining the Smite and Nitro team a little bit more. Because, the past couple of seasons, we haven't really done that blending. Mm-hmm. It's always kind of been, this is the roster that we kind of work with. If we think you can sub for each other team, we'll have you like that. But I think a lot of this season and the winter season was a lot of blending and making sure everybody's comfortable playing with one another. And especially, as you said, going into PA Cup, we're going to be seeing the blending of teams together. Different personalities could be clashing, So a lot of this season has been make sure everybody's comfortable, everybody's on the same page so that when we walk into PA Cup, there is nothing we need to rough out. It is strictly just gameplay and team chemistry.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think speaking for both of us here is both of us are hungry to take home a championship trophy for PA Cup.
We're looking for double trophies.
Yep, absolutely. And I think it's doable for both of us.
Absolutely.
So, with that being said, thank you so much for your time up here, Coach Ben. I appreciate it, and I'll let you get back to your teams.
All right, thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it from us here at Valhalla Campbell. Honestly, a pretty short stream tonight overall. But that's what happens when you're a good coach and you have two really good teams. So, with that being said, return back on Monday or next week where we will have our regularly scheduled programming, that being Fortnite duos with myself up here casting those for you. And hopefully we'll have some good news from over the weekend. And we all look forward, I hope you guys look forward to seeing more gameplay. So with that being said, we're going to end it here. From myself, Coach Christian, and from everybody here at Valhalla and Camp Hill. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and supporting us, and good night, everybody.